Hey, what's up? I'm Danny.
I'm Johnny.
And we're from Kongos, and you're watching So Fucking Cool magazine.
Alright, So Fucking Cool here with the guys from Kongos. How you guys doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. So congratulations on your newest album, 1929.
Thank you.
Now, what's it like going back to having your own label and doing stuff?
In terms of the way we record, nothing has fundamentally changed. We always did everything ourselves, but there is a kind of psychological relief knowing that you're just doing this for yourself on your own. You know, there's not somebody that you're delivering it to.
One thing I liked about the label was money.
Right?
They had money.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, it's been nice to just be free to do what we want, you know?
Now, this is part one. I'm assuming 2 and probably 3 is going to come out at some point in time.
Yeah.
Now, when you guys recorded the album, did you have the concept of doing parts like that, or did you just have so many tracks that you're like, you know what, fuck it?
Well, in that period that we were trying to get off the label, we just had so much stuff that we were writing, because we were 4 brothers, we all write, so there's a lot of material. And we started thinking, well, we got to put this out somehow. And we liked the idea of putting it out as 3 semi-related albums, you know, conceptually, just because I think it also, like, if a song on part 3 next year gets some attention, then it lets people maybe go back and look at part 1 and 2, you know, because you're always looking for that one spearhead.
Right.
But there's also, all of the material is recorded in LA in a different room than we've recorded in before. So it's all, there's a bit of a thread, and also thematically there's a bit of a thread throughout all of the tracks.
Now, the single you guys just put out, Pay for the Weekend, did you guys have to hire a hand model for that video, or?
Well, that was
Jesse.
Jesse, right?
That was, yeah.
Drummer, and he wrote that song.
He's the only one with halfway decent handwriting.
Yeah, YouTube's really important to us, and just like consistent content, and we're trying to find cheap, easy, cool ways to do things like lyric videos, because unless you're going to be making some like billion-dollar video like Beyonce, I think people are just interested in seeing something visual associated with music, and you know, if we can find a cool way to do it that's relatively easy.
Something that conveys a song, basically.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you say that for a lyric video, because I mean, if you look out there, sometimes people who go ahead and do that shit, where they find the song and they write the lyrics, they put it out, it's not their music, it's just some jerk off in their basement. You know what I mean? They don't get more hits than the band does sometimes.
Yeah.
People want the lyrics, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I just watched episode 1 of your tour bus.
Bus call, yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you guys give an honest look at what it's like to actually be on the road there.
Yeah, I think that was our goal. We started off, we had videographers out with us just on tour, kind of capturing basically bullshit for Instagram, like trying to make things look great, and like, look how big the crowds are, it's awesome and that. And we started finding that there was actually something more interesting going on. Not just our story as brothers and about the music and that, but also about what it's like for the crew. And for like a medium-sized band like we are, we're not Rolling Stones, and we're also not a band in a van, you know, it's like we're somewhere in this middle thing, and we thought that was an interesting story to tell. So we try to tell it basically how it is, and it gets episodes later on gets more and more honest.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, people, they watch The Dirt, you know, and they're thinking, fucking, was that the way the road is still, you know, like that, but unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of that, but they're like, The Dirt already exists, you know what I mean? And Motley Crue already exists, and they did everything, those kind of guys, they did everything that you could possibly think of doing bigger and better.
Right.
So we wanted to capture the other side of it, because we're never going to compete on that side of things, you know, with the Motley Crues of the world and, and the 80s.
Well, I mean, like I said, it was just a more honest approach, though, too. I mean, that kind of indulgence doesn't happen every day of the way, you know, it shows you that this is actually like a job, you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Maybe one of the best jobs in the world, but it's still,
Right.
work.
I think it was also a really cool way for us to showcase a bunch of new music that might not necessarily be like a radio song or, you know, a big song, but it worked perfectly for scenes in Bus Call, and that's where you can hear actually what's like 25 songs. Some of them are in part 1, and then a bunch of unreleased stuff is in that documentary. So it's a really good way for a fan than that to just see kind of teasers of what's coming out soon.
Right, definitely. Now, with a song like Come With Me Now, is that a blessing or a curse?
It's mostly a blessing, but yeah, for sure, it's just that thing that you can't get out from under. You know, we spend a lot of our time trying to expose people to the other sounds, we make the other styles of music, and the kind of full picture. So at the same time, Come With Me Now kind of paid for a lot of shit so that we can keep doing it. So it's a good thing, but it's one of those good problems. You know?
So it was a funny thing to watch, because when we first made that song in 2008, like 6 years before it became a hit, we couldn't get anyone to be interested in it. And you know, it was too weird. There's a fucking accordion solo and like all these weird sections in it that no one thought had any real commercial potential. Then it became a hit basically by some weird lucky coincidence of timing. And now it's like, it's almost in some ways been associated, because it's in WWE commercials and like a Dodge Ram commercial, which is cool. Like you said, it pays the bills, but like, it's weird that we're getting comments now like, oh, that music's kind of like it's sold out or it's too commercial. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's an accordion song that literally no one would look at, and you know.
No, it's gotta be fun getting the checks though. I mean, I still hear it on commercials at Universal the other day.
Yeah, I mean, well, look, that helps us. I don't know if we're the best businessmen in the world, because we made money from that song, and we put a lot of it back into like making Bus Call cost us an absolute fortune. Like, we're trying to reinvest it and basically just keep on doing what we're doing. Like, there's not a lot of buying like Lambos or whatever.
Right.
Not that it was even at that level, but you know what I mean? Like, we try and basically put it back into gear for the studio and lighting for our tour.
And you guys keep busy. I see you guys got a podcast as
Yeah.
well. What made you guys want to start doing that?
We noticed we talk so much shit, we may as well record it and get something out of it. You know, it's a way to talk to like other people, give another insight into touring or music or whatever that perhaps isn't out there. Yeah, we like listening to podcasts. Van touring especially, we listen to. That's how you get through it. That's how you get through a tour.
Yeah.
So we figured, yeah, let's just do one of those.
Now I see you guys got 2 festival dates coming up. One in 2 days at Tulip
Oh,
Festival.
Yeah.
And
Montreal, yeah.
What's the rest of the plans for the summer for you guys?
Record. We've got part 2 to finish. There's a loose plan for an October tour, so that'll coincide with part 2.
Now, when you guys play festivals, how important is it for the listing on the flyers?
Like, where you get?
You mean the size of your font?
I mean, if you look, like, take a look at Woodstock 50. Some of the bands that are up here definitely fucking shouldn't be up there. If you
Look, it's often it's a sign of a good agent, because you can see bands that get higher billing than they actually should get based on their actual draw. But that's a good booking agent. That it's a marketing tool, because you put yourself, if you get somehow onto like tier 3 and you're actually a tier 5 or whatever, it helps you become a tier 3 or whatever. So
it's slightly self-fulfilling.
Yeah.
I'm a bad person. I like that. At a certain point, I stopped looking at flyers, and it's a bit. In the last episode of Veep, they're in some fucking town, and before she goes on stage to give a speech, she's like, "Where are we?" And it turns a bit into that. You kind of just focus on your thing, and that's easier than worrying about even what festival you're playing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's basically going back to your documentary about going on the road. I mean, that really shows what it's like. I mean, it's not like from town to town you guys are out there checking where Buffalo now. You're not going to fucking Falls to go look around. You know what I mean? You guys got shit to do,
Well, especially that run. So we did a lot of that, but we didn't film it. So like 2014-15, it was a kind of a one long party. It was also our introduction to bus touring. And then you start to headline, and there's more pressure on you. You're doing more shit during the day. You're doing acoustic performances and VIP things and meet and greets. So your day is filled, and touring turns into something else. It turns into more of like a moving circus. It's a moving. So
yeah, when you're a support band, like we were for Kings of Leon, like everyone's dream is, we want to be the headliners, and of course that is the ultimate goal. But you're not quite aware of what that means, the amount of work and pressure. Like, you can't fuck up you can't go out drinking every night and fuck up your voice, and then you lose 3 dates and it just cascades. So it was fun supporting big bands where you do your little half an hour set, you get to have a parking lot party.
Yeah.
Now, when you do different things, like when you do the festivals or you do a supporting act where you're playing bigger venues. Do you prefer that, or do you prefer when you guys are doing the theater shows like you're doing right now?
To be honest, I like club shows the most, where the stage sounds good for us. I mean, because it translates where if you're playing on bigger stages, you're slightly going through the motions. You're not really you're on in-ears. Musically, it's not as satisfying. So a club where you can actually hear each other and you can get a vibe and there's something palpable in the air. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I'd say I agree most of the time. Every now and then, like, we've played a couple festivals in South America and Mexico where the energy of a big crowd like that is unreal. But generally, just being in a smaller place is nicer.
Now, speaking of South America, that's where you guys are from. When you guys play there, is it like a big homecoming show, or?
Yeah, so we're from South Africa.
Sorry.
See, Americans just like everything south of
Yeah,
it's all the same.
I heard South, you know what I mean?
No, yeah. When we play South Africa, it's definitely, it feels like home to us in a certain way, even though we haven't been there for a long time. You know, we're American. Like, we've been American since birth. Like, our mom's American. We grew up in South Africa, so we kind of feel split between the two places and both feel like home. But yeah, it's a really good reaction when we go back to South Africa for those shows.
So after this wraps up, you guys excited to be home for a little bit there?
Yeah. It's always good to be back where the sun exists on the way. The East Coast has got better people, the West Coast has got sun.
It's a constant shade of gray out.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to say, like, when there's no bad weather, you just end up with
Pieces of
douchebags.
shit. Yeah.
There's nothing, like, there's no struggle in life.
There's nothing to remind you that you're not the most important person on Earth. At least the weather does that on mass to the population on the East Coast.
Yeah. You know, I guess the sun does bring out the dicks. That's
Yeah, for sure.
why everyone's so fucking charming in this neck of the woods. So people want to follow up, they want to know more about the videos, the tour bus, the podcast, Kongos.
Yeah, Instagram, Kongos Music, Twitter, Kongos, Kongos.com.
So YouTube's a really good place to go follow up on, like, our actual real content. Like Instagram and all that, we post pictures like everyone else, but if you want to see what we're actually doing, we're going to be focusing a lot more of our real content, like actual music videos, lyric videos, the bus call documentary, that kind of thing on our YouTube channel, which is at Kongos, or / Kongos Music.
Yeah, we're like Logan and Jake Paul.
Right. Except they don't like to be hanging themselves. You're speaking about the YouTube thing. I was checking it out on the ride up here, and it was Kongos versus, I don't know. It's like almost like a podcast, which is like...
Oh, fitness?
Yeah.
No, they opened up for us on the last tour there. It's kind of a running joke, that we started this feud. It started as we both posted an Instagram thing saying there's too much negativity in the world, and it was some bullshit fake positivity thing, and then we both commented on each other's Instagrams and said, this is our idea, and then we got into a feud, and we just went for, it was very, very good because we went for the jugular. Like, everything we said, we kind of meant, and that was good to indulge that negativity, but with a band that was in on it, so we just got to hate on each other for the entire tour, and it was fucking fun. It was the most fun I've had on social media, because I generally hate it, but when you get to express some you get some of the vitriol out, it's kind of cathartic.
Well, it feels like there's such an environment now of everyone being so positive about everything, which is not to say that you need to be negative, like, you don't need to be a dick about things, but pretending that everything is great and that everyone's record is great and everyone's single is great is just bullshit.
Kind of
it weakens everything if everything's the same and shit. So it was nice to meet another band like Max Collins, who's from Eve 6 formerly, and then Kenny, who had played with AWOL Nation and that. They've started this new project, and they're really cool guys and really bad. Like, to meet some
terrible musicians.
But yeah, like, it was one of the most fun tours we had, talking shit to each other.
Yeah, like I said, I like what I heard on the way up there.
Yeah.
Cool. It was real, There was no bullshit that went out there. But thank you guys for your time. We appreciate everything. Enjoyed what I've seen so far, and I can't wait to see what's next from you guys.
Cool.
Thanks a lot.
Man.